about to talk about, it will interest many of us who are positive and who've been following history and following what has been happening in our country. You know, it's good when positive things are done. It's good to always talk about them and also to look at the results of those positive things, to look at the outcome, to look at the impact of those positive things and talk about them. It's not, it's not that, every time, or it shouldn't be that every time we talk about the negatives. No. Our country has gone, through a lot. 14 years or 15 years, some will say, fratricidal war, was fought in this country. And all of us felt the pinch of it. We saw the effect of the war. And it happened that, we went through this armament and the peace finally that we all were yearning for, the peace came and we had the former administration that played its part and left the scene. Today we have President George Manuel Weah also playing his part. I can remember when the construction of the Invincible Park was being carried out, there were lots and lots of criticisms. Oh, what is it? What is this one again? People put political spin on that. And there were people who said, oh, what's the impact of this? How does this improve our country? How does this improve the economy of our country? How does this help with our education sector? How does this help with... And there were people who were being critical. We got them now. You go to the Thai shop, they are there. You go to street corners, they are there. They were being critical. And not only those people. We had even those who call themselves educated people. People who call themselves, hardcore politicians. They were also making some remarks denigrating the effort to construct the Invincible Park. But good, our president didn't battle that. He didn't, get discouraged because people were being critical, or he didn't change his mind because the man had traveled. He traveled across the entire. He traveled around the world. He's seen the sort of parks being built around, and he still carried out that project. Today, I know many of you have not taken note of that. Today, we are seeing the positive outcome of the construction of the Invincible Park. I know you agree with me that before the construction of the park, we were hearing almost every holiday, we're hearing about deaths, our children going on the beach and living there. We're hearing about that. Yes, I'm sure you agree with me. The death rate was becoming high because our kids, and there was nowhere for them to go. And so many of them thought that, during the holidays they should go on the beach. And so they were going there. And then you hear the next morning, this child or two children have left on the beach. Apart from that, before the construction of the Invincible Park, I'm sure all of us followed and we read and we listened to what the students used to call, how you call it Friday? Uh, I'm trying to find the name of that Friday, because almost every, yes, Super Friday, I got it right. And they were using that Super Friday to go on the beach, enjoy themselves, and at the end of the day, some of our kids were even living on the beach again. That was total disaster that, we couldn't find remedy to. Because the students felt that yes, we should go to, use our social Friday, our Super Friday. We should go on the beach during the holidays, because they couldn't find any recreation center. They couldn't find anywhere to go. And so, and we couldn't blame, or we couldn't stop the students. Today, I'm sure you would agree with me. Today, we see a dramatic drop. Today we see anymore that we are hearing about our students living on the beach. They went on the beach. Today, the issue of Super Friday has been put to a halt. You don't hear the students anymore talking about Super Friday. Where are they going now? On a daily basis, our students go to the Invincible Park. But when the president was trying to construct this park, there were people who were critical. There were people who were condemning the move. There were people who were questioning the rationale for the construction of the park. Today, almost every day, students are trooping there for recreation purpose. Almost every day, students are packed there. Almost every day, you go there, the students are gathered there. We didn't have anything of that nature in this country. Nowhere our students could go to go and amuse themselves. Nowhere we had as a recreation center that our students could go. No. Even in the phase of where we had the millions of dollars coming in then, even in the phase, in the wake of where we had the partners then coming in, during the last administration, where we had all the concession companies, the monies were flowing. Our children didn't have that opportunity. They didn't have that facility. But under the administration of President Dr. George Weah, today is a different narrative. Our students no longer trooping to the beach to go and swim. Some of them can swim well. They live in the water. Today, we are not hearing about Super Friday anymore. If you listen to the statistics from the Ministry of Education, it will interest you to know that no more again that our students are dying on the beach. So when people are trying to take up positive ventures, let us not be, in another word, negative about that. Let us not be condemning. We are all now seeing the effect, the positive effect, the positive outcome of the construction of the Invincible Park. Listen, this country belongs to all of us. And I like the way the president puts it every time. He said for us to develop this country, we must ensure that the peace reigns continuously. For us to develop this country, we all must ensure that we put all hands on deck to move this country forward. Gone should be the days that we engage ourselves into this whole thing, called political demonization. People demonizing other people. I know that will happen for sure ahead of 2023 or in 2023. I know every radio station people start, demonizing others because they want state power. But listen, where we've come now, as a people, as a country, especially with the man we have in office as the president of the country, especially the man we have in office as a man who's so sensitive, as a man who's concerned about his country, as a man who loves his country, who loves his people. We must be able to put all hands on deck, because the government will not be able to do it alone. In fact, the government is just not a statue. The government is the people. For our president to succeed, it means all of us, we must join hands to move this country forward. Gone should be the days that John Brown felt, oh, because I'm not in, and everybody can work in the government. It's not possible. That's the reason why we have the private sector. And that's the reason why this government, this administration, has been able to create the enabling environment so that we can encourage investors to come in. And that's one of the things this president has done. Very positive. To ensure that the country is stable. Although there are individuals who got their own inner motive, who want to see the country being destabilized, but they will not succeed. Because they wanted to do that, especially in the wake of the rest crisis. There were some of our people who were calling for protests. Oh, rest price gone up. Where has that happened? Is this the first administration under which we've seen a situation will rise? No. Is this the first administration under which we've seen the situation of gasoline? No. Is this the first administration under which we've seen the situation of people wanting jobs? No. It is something that's happened. But it has happened on a low scale under this administration. Before then, like I said, during the past administration, we heard, we read about the billions and millions that were coming into the country. We heard about that. We read about that. We saw it. But today, there are people who think that, oh, this is not happening. That is not happening. No, it doesn't work like that. That's the reason why all of us must be careful as to what we say about our country. Because any negative thing you say about your country, it goes worldwide. There are people here who post those things that you say about your country. You demonize your president, you demonize your country. Oh, the country is not safe. Oh, the country. It goes across the entire world. At the end of the day, it has its own ripple effect. At the end of the day, investors begin to hold back. Oh, we're not going into that country.